He's kinda cheap and people think he's a freak. It's the Frugal Freak Podcast.
I'm Bradley and welcome to the Frugal Freak Podcast, where I am considered a freak in society because I would rather save my money than be stupid. I refuse to go broke all in the name of the holidays, and I would choose to have a bank account full of money than a closet full of stuff. Hey guys, welcome back. Oh my gosh, I just got back from London. Hello, darling. How are you? Oh, I just had such a lovely time. It was so great. But thank you for being here. I always appreciate you guys watching, your support. Feel free to like the video if you end up liking it, and subscribe for more content if you would rather listen to someone talking about being responsible with money as opposed to everyone on social media telling you life is short and to waste all your money and to be broke. The holidays are here, and this is where people lose their fucking mind, and people just spend so much money that they shouldn't be spending on the holidays. So I wanted to crank this out as quick as I could ever since I got back from my trip from London. It's such a crazy time of year where people spend so much money that they shouldn't be spending all in the name of the holidays. So I just wanted to give my perspective of holiday expenses as someone who's frugal, who's against overspending, overconsumption, and just kind of give you my perspective of it, how I manage the holidays as someone frugal. Hopefully I reach the right person before it's too late. I'm also going to give my tips of how to be in control of your finances during the holidays. I am back from London. I had a really nice time. Even though I was very busy with like cranking out content and staying up till like 1 a.m. to post videos, it still was really fun for me to like kind of take you guys along for just like what I was doing every day. But I am back to reality. I'm back to my little apartment and my college dorm mattress. You know what I think is really important is creating a life that you love, where when you come back from a trip, like you don't dread it. That's the best feeling in the world, because when I've done trips in the past, I would dread coming back home and back to my reality just because I hated my life and I hated my reality. But there's nothing like working so hard to create the life that you want for yourself. When you come home from a trip, it doesn't feel like this devastating, like, oh, I have to get back to it. It's just like, okay, well, that was nice, but now I'm just back to my life, which is one of the biggest reasons why it's important to take hold of your finances and get in control of your finances, because finances play a role in almost every aspect of our life. And for the most part, I feel like when your finances are in order, there's so many other parts of your life that also feel in order. So I added up the total cost of my London vacation. It came to like, I think, $988 for the entire week from start to finish, everything. Flight, stay, food. I think that's incredible. I was able to do that whole experience for less than $1,000. And I think that's where my travel content upset some people, I guess, is like, just because I don't travel the way you would travel, literally, you probably can't even find a hotel in London for less than $1,000 to stay for 7 nights. I'm pretty proud of myself. I was able to have a really good time. I think the part that deters me from traveling, besides spending the money, because I still, I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better with spending money, but I just genuinely hate it. Even love planning trips. Like, I love details. I love everything. So I think if I could just get over the hurdle of like the exhaustion it takes of like getting to a place, and then getting back from a place, like, I think I could maybe do this more than once a year. I titled today's episode, "The Holidays Are Expensive Because You Make Them Expensive." And I know there's going to be some people who are upset by that, but I think that's the truth. I used to live in 6 figures of debt, not making a lot of money, and I was still able to navigate the holidays and not make them expensive. So shut up. Let's just get into it. Oh my God. So in my life off the phone screen, I'm a financial coach, and I have a couple clients who are pretty stressed now that the holidays are here and talking about how expensive it's going to be. And my rebuttal to every single one of them is, then don't make it expensive. They kind of just stare at me for a second like, what? Like, what does he mean? Don't make it expensive. We are in control of our finances. It is up to us what our money does. We are the ones who make choices. We are the ones who choose what we do with our money and where our money goes. And the holidays are no different. I swear to God, the holidays suddenly come and people all of a sudden just like are throwing money into the air. It's like all common sense and common thinking goes out the window. Suddenly everything's on sale. Everything's a good deal. Oh, I saw a commercial for this. Oh, I'm getting an ad for that. And this crazy pressure to buy things and consume and overconsume and spend money that you don't have or money that you do have that should be going to other things, all in the name of the holidays. At the end of the day, no one is forcing you to be spending your money the way you are spending your money. Just because the holidays are here, just because you have family or kids or grandkids, there still is no one. You're the one who's forcing yourself to be making these choices of spending way more than you should be. Black Friday, at least here in America traditionally, is the day after Thanksgiving where stores have like massive blowout sales. Everything's on sale. Come to our store. You need to buy from us. We have the best deals. Commercial, ad. A couple days later is Cyber Monday, where it's all the online stores. Emails. This is on sale. Buy two, get one. Blah, 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 blah. Stop. We have been working so hard up to this moment for you to have changed your mindset, for you to gain control, for you to realize what is something I need versus something I want. It's game time. How many videos have you watched of mine? I mean, hopefully a few, but if you're new here, wake up. All right, get your shit together and stop. What I hate so much about this time of year and like specifically Black Friday, Cyber Monday is when all of these things go on sale. People also suddenly think they need to replace like half of everything in their house. Oh, TVs are on sale. I need to buy a new TV. What's wrong with your current TV? There's probably nothing wrong with it. But what, you've had it for a few years and suddenly you feel like you need to switch things up and just waste money? That goes with everything. I feel like that's in our life when Black Friday comes, Cyber Monday comes. Like, just because there's these things on sale, which we'll talk about in a second, that aren't even really on sale half the time. I mean, take my KitchenAid. I have a KitchenAid that I got from a dog sit. They were going to throw it out. It's a really old KitchenAid, but I love it and I got it for free, so I love it even more. Black Friday or Cyber Monday would make me feel like, oh my gosh, but KitchenAids are on sale. I could get a new one for 50% off. But why? What I have is totally fine. It gets the job done. I feel like we see things are on sale and we see these ads and it just convinces us to have to buy things. You don't have to buy shit. You're being convinced by the marketing, which is exactly what it's supposed to do to get you into the store to buy things you don't need. And then you want to sit around and complain saying the holidays are so expensive. Why the fuck do you think they're expensive? Because you have no self-control. You don't know how to think for yourself. You don't know how to think beyond seeing an ad. Let's just say this too. It's been proven many times that stores will up prices around this time of year. And then on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, they're putting things on sale and the price drops. So you got to buy it now. So the price that's on sale is the normal price that it was in the store. Do you see how they use psychology and tactics to get you emotional, to get you excited, to get you to spend money? You have to not be stupid. That's why that's why my catchphrase is don't be stupid. Just think. Just think. I want to try to get to you before this holiday propaganda. Stay strong during this time because even beyond Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I mean, these stores want your money. Everyone is in competition for your money. You have to be strong. You have to have the discipline and you have to have the mindset to say, are they convincing me to come in to buy something that I do not need? It's just something I want. Why am I getting excited that winter coats are 50% off? Go into your closet. You probably already have 5. You don't need them. I am a single person without children. So I know the holidays look different for me. And I don't even have any siblings who have kids. So I literally have, like, my sister has a dog, and a cat. I don't have any kids in my life to buy presents for. So I understand the conversation looks different for me. This is the conversation I have with my financial coaching clients who have kids or who have grandkids. If every Christmas you're used to getting every child 7 to 10 gifts, or like every year you buy this amount of gifts, or you do this for the kids, or blah, 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 why can't we do something different this year? Why can't we switch it up? If the holidays are always so expensive and the holidays are always stressing you out, find a solution. Do it differently. That's how you win with finances. Look at what you're doing, realizing it's not working for you, and what's the solution? What can we do different? Nothing is going to change if nothing changes. And it's no different with the holidays. If the holidays every year feel so expensive, look back at what the holidays have been like and say, what can I do different? You're in control of that. You are in control of that choice. I feel like we put this pressure on ourselves that Christmas has to be this big, blowout, spectacular. What if you gave yourself permission for this Christmas to not look like that? And it's just a chill, simple Christmas. I think another really important piece of this is setting boundaries because family and holidays and money gets so messy. I mean, family and money is always a messy thing, but I feel like when you put the label of the holidays on it, suddenly like people's expectations like skyrocket. If you have a family member who's expecting something out of you, I think it's important that you set the boundary and you say, you know what? I'm currently working on my financial goals. I'm trying to improve my finances. I'm working on a budget this year, and my budget cannot allow 7 to 10 gifts per each of your children. I don't see the holidays as ever being worth putting yourself into debt for. I'm sorry, my brain can't get there. Christmas is one day out of the year. Is one day of the year worth adding to your credit card debt that's going to take you 3 months to pay off? No, it's not. Social media may convince you it is. Society may convince you it is. Overconsumption and capitalism may convince you it is. I don't think it's worth it for one day. And I love kids. I want kids to have a great Christmas and a great childhood. I also want kids who have parents who are financially stable. I also want kids to have parents who don't fight about money, because that's what I saw growing up. And to speak from personal experience, I unfortunately remember more times of my parents fighting about money and being stressed about money and me soaking that in as a child than Christmas morning. I do remember a couple Christmas mornings. I don't think one day of the year is worth going into debt for, which is then going to set you back financially, which is going to slow you down from your financial goals, which is going to cause you so much stress. I was teaching a budgeting class, and this one woman who was talking about her grandkids and buying Christmas gifts for her grandkids, she was saying like she takes it as a personal failure, like self-reflection, if she's not able to provide as much for her grandkids. So I said, what if the next 1 or 2 Christmases are kind of low key? You're not buying as much for your grandkids that you're used to buying. But what if sacrificing the next 1 to 2 years of your life, getting super focused, cutting things out, saving money, developing discipline, you know what I talk about in every video, what if that would lead you to a life where in the future, Christmas can look like however you want it to? You could get whatever gifts you want for your grandkids or for your kids. That is so the mindset that I live in. Make the sacrifices now to live the life that you want in the future. Learn to say no now so you can say yes later. What is the big deal if this Christmas or the next 2 Christmases are on the more minimal side, on the more simple side? I don't think your child or your grandchild is going to turn 21 years old in the future and say, oh, I remember when I was 8 years old and that Christmas was kind of meh. Like, that's just kind of not how it works. The pressure that society has made us feel during the holidays is such bullshit. And I want nothing to do with it. I don't feed into it. I don't play this game. I love the holidays, but this isn't what I love the holidays for. To me, it's not about the stuff. I haven't asked for anything in years. Because I don't ask for anything, I also don't give anything. Like, yes, me and my sister tag team and we'll split an item for my mom, because my mom is the definition of like over consuming. She does see the holidays as a thing for stuff, and I just don't. Every now and then I'll do something special. I remember there was a Christmas years ago, I bought my sister concert tickets. I wish I could remember who. It could have been One Direction. Like, that was back in the day. I've done special things here or there, but I just don't feed into this game. When I was in culinary school, I probably was like 18 or 19 at this time. And I remember one of my classmates who I was friends with, I remember she was so stressed about the holidays. She was so stressed with juggling school and I need to buy gifts. I'm running out of time. I still have to buy gifts for some people. I'm so stressed. I just remember that as like an 18 or 19-year-old. That was the first moment where I kind of looked at the holidays and I was like, that's not what this should be about. Like, I don't feel that way. I'm not putting that stress on myself. I love the holidays for the feeling it gives me. I feel like the holidays and coming to the end of the year should be when we slow down. It should be reflecting. It should be about spending time with people that we love and care about. Again, this is before I even started to live my frugal life, where I just was kind of like, I don't care about the holidays being about stuff. I have no interest in it. I don't care about getting a bunch of shit. I don't care about giving a bunch of shit. I know it's such a random moment, but it just was in that moment where I was like, I refuse to define the holidays as that. I refuse to play the game. I refuse to feel stressed over the holidays. I refuse to feel pressure to have to buy people stuff that they probably already have. So many of us have so much from overconsumption and from scrolling and buying shit off of social media. If I was to buy my sister a gift this year, I couldn't even tell you what I would get her. I feel like so many of us have so much of everything and multiple of the same thing. And I guess if anything, I feel like what's worth spending money on is experiences. Like if you guys saw my video a couple weeks ago, I posted a YouTube short of calling the nail salon that my sister goes to, and I surprised her by paying for her nails for her birthday. And like, I think stuff like that would be worth spending money on. Like if you're going to spend money or if you're going to gift someone something, like I guess make it an experience, like make it something special, but do it affordably and do it in your budget. Can I tell you what's so bad about this time of year too with the holidays is like the office bullshit. Oh my God, like the Secret Santas and whatnot. At previous jobs, when the office would want to do like a Secret Santa or something like that, I just don't participate in it. Although to be fair, my financial situation was so different back in the day, I just didn't care to participate in it. You know, setting a $15 or $20 limit to do a Secret Santa and your coworker who you barely know outside of work or what they're interested in, they give you a list of things to kind of guide you on what to get. So then you just spent 15 to 20 bucks buying tchotchke shit, and then your coworker buys you tchotchke shit that you don't need. So I just started to be like, no, I'm not interested in participating. People feel like there's a pressure, like you can't say no. Oh my God, what's the office going to think about me if I don't do the Secret Santa this year? Just say no. We're all grown adults. Who cares? Whoever wants to participate can. Whoever doesn't have to. We shouldn't feel forced, and we shouldn't force people. Especially like behind closed doors, you never know someone's finances. Oh, I wasn't walking around the office telling everyone I had 6 figures of student loan debt. I don't need to tell them that. I don't need to tell them that in order to say I don't want to participate in spending $20 on Secret Santa. My current job, my boss a couple meetings ago was like, so do we want to do a Secret Santa this year? And like looked around the team and like no one wanted to do it, which I was, first of all, I was like, thank God. I was so happy. That also was very interesting. I wonder if that's kind of like the sign of the times where people just don't feel like they want to waste like $10, $15, $20 on a stupid Secret Santa tchotchke bullshit activity. Basically, we're all going to bring in something we already own. So, which is heaven for me. I have a regift bin, which I'll show you guys shortly. So I have so many things that I could use as like a regift item for this white elephant. So it's perfect for me. Actually, speaking of the regift bin, let's take a field trip and I will show you guys my regift bin and how, as someone who's frugal, I try to use it to give gifts for the holidays. This is my regift bin. I keep it under my bed because I'm very limited with storage here because my apartment is very small. This bin is such a smorgasbord of things I've accumulated over so many years. Like this didn't happen quick. This took a lot of time to accumulate. Instead of throwing it out or forcing myself to use something that I didn't want to use, a couple years ago I was like, well, why don't I just kind of start collecting it? And when there is a time for someone's birthday or the holidays or an office thing, then I have at least a bin where I could try to give someone a gift without having to spend money. I know this is so random, but do you remember I said I did a dog sit where I got the KitchenAid for free because they were going to throw it out? They basically had a pile of things that they were going to get rid of. And because I have no shame, I was like, can I look through it? Do you mind? So that's how I got the KitchenAid, but that's how I got this too. And look how nice these are. They had these and I was like, oh my gosh, these would be so nice to give as a gift. My friend moved into a new apartment like a year and a half ago and I gave her one. She still has it on her little stand and it was a great gift. And the world didn't end because I gifted my friend a candle that I got for free. I don't even know where I got these. I can't even remember where I got these. Maybe like an office event, office giveaways, office contest. If you win the raffle, you get some, you know what I mean? Like, not all of this is just like gifts that have been given to me. Some of these things are things like my mom no longer wanted. So I was like, well, I might as well take it and put it in the regift bin. I got this thermos at some work event thing. They were giving it away. And I was like, this seems so nice. I don't feel like I need to use it for myself, but I feel like this could be a really nice gift for someone. It's kind of a weird scent, but look how nice it is. This could be a nice gift if one of my friends becomes a homeowner or moves into a new apartment. A water lily scented candle. that has not been used yet. And I don't know, I just don't see the need to use it myself, so it made it to the regift bin. It's really come in handy in the past, and it comes in handy sometimes during the holidays. I figured for the end of today's episode, I would talk about some tips that you could use during the holidays to try to make it more affordable and how to gift give on a budget. My first tip, which is what we talked about earlier in the episode, was just reduce the number of gifts that you plan to give. Setting limits, especially when you're on a budget and you're trying to pay off debt or save money or accomplish whatever your financial goal is. Tip number 2 is to see if you have anything to regift. I feel like we've all gotten a gift or two that we may not be too interested in, or from office giveaways and things. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like we accumulate random stuff that we may not want. So look around your apartment or your house and see, like, is there something that I haven't used before that maybe I could give as a gift this year? Tip number 3 is setting boundaries with family. If they're setting certain expectations for you, I think it's important to be upfront with them and say, like, I'm following a budget this year. Like, money's tight. I'm trying to improve my finances. This is what you're asking for. Let me tell you what I'm able to give. Tip number 4, go thrifting for gifts. I don't see the problem with this. I don't know if people are going to be against this, but like, at times when I've gone to Goodwill, there are clothes that still have tags on it. Why buy a shirt at a retail store that's $30, $40, $50 when it could still have the tag on it at Goodwill and it's going to cost you $10? This is something in the future that you could do, but go to tag sales. I went to a tag sale a couple months ago. First of all, there was so much good stuff and it was so cheap. Like, I remember there was like a Taylor Swift book that they were selling for $1 that I'm sure retailed for like 30 or 40 bucks. There was a set of coasters that were still like wrapped in the ribbon for $1. Do we say tag sale or yard sale? I feel like based on where you live is what you say. I'm used to saying tag sale. We say tag sale. I live in New England, but I guess people have said they call it a yard sale or a garage sale. No, I call it a tag sale. I don't know. So that's a tip for you for next year. Tip number 6 to make the holidays a little more affordable is to team up with family. If you're always the one who's used to hosting family, or typically in the holidays, if like there's some responsibility that you have, don't put all the weight and all the pressure always on you. If you're hosting the family holiday dinner, ask everyone to chip in a little bit. What's the problem with that? What's the harm in everyone bringing something instead of you providing everything? Tip number 7 is to book your travel ahead of time. Obviously, the holidays is always going to cost more money to travel. I mean, driving's typically the cheapest. The closer you wait to the holidays, the higher those prices are going to go. Whoever you celebrate the holidays with, like, try to make the plan as early as you can. Tip number 8, which I think this is the biggest and most important one of all, plan throughout the year to prepare for the holidays. The holidays are here every year. This should be no shock to anyone. This should never be a surprise to anyone. Going into 2026, think about if the holidays are typically expensive, although you should follow all the tips I just told you, why can't you set aside like a holiday fund throughout the year? Starting in January, you set $50 aside every month. And by November, you have over $500 saved. And that $500 could go so far during the holidays. And all it took was putting $50 aside, cutting some things out and making better choices. Hopefully it should be pretty easy to be able to set aside a certain amount of money so you could prepare yourself for the holidays. So that by the time it comes, you are prepared, you're not stressed. Because any time of year, not even the holidays, it reduces stress when you are prepared. I hope I didn't miss anything, but I think I'm going to leave it at that. I really hope this episode was helpful. I'm just so tired of this money wasting, overspending, overconsumption, stressful bullshit. That's not what the holidays are for, and I stand by that. And it's not even me being cheap or frugal. It's just me enjoying life and appreciating what I have and just not seeing the holidays as a thing for stuff. At one point, I don't think the holidays were all about shopping, blowing through your paycheck, being stressed. Of course, with everything else and with social media, we've gotten to that point. I encourage you to not listen to society, not listen to social media or what your friends are doing or what your coworkers are doing, and do what works for you. This time of year should be about slowing down, reflecting on the year we just lived, learning to have gratitude and appreciate all the things around us, and spending time with people we care about. And I think if you were to enjoy the holidays in that mindset, people would actually enjoy the holidays and not feel this crazy stress or this crazy pressure. The Budget Baddie gang who made it to the end of the video, I love you guys so much. As always know, at the end of every video, I tell you to put something in the comments so I know you made it to the end and that you watched. If you made it to the end of the video, put in the comment section, long live the regift bin, because we love the regift bin. I know it's gotten me so much hate in the past, but I think it's really practical and it's really come through when I've needed a gift but didn't want to spend the money. Happy holidays. Thank you so much for your love and support. And I hope this video was really helpful because I feel like there's not a lot of voices out there having these conversations, but it felt really important for me to have this conversation and to just kind of be that voice of being like, go against the grain. Don't overdo it if you can't afford to overdo it. And you're not a failure if Christmas this year looks a little quiet on the smaller or simpler side. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.